Hello and welcome to another Captain Entertainment video. It's already with a very special video. This is the compare and contrast video between the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft and the Kobo Libre Color. Now, let's get the two elephants out of the room. First, the Kobo Libre Color is $250 as opposed to the $680 price tag for the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. The Kindle Scribe Colorsoft is 11 inches as opposed to this one's, I think, 8 inches or 8.9 inches or something like that. So it is relatively small, as you can see on the size comparison. They both have styluses, both of which I have. And they both work well for taking notes. I do like the Kobo Libre Color. Once you write it down, you can translate it into like type text. So the Kobo Libre Color can type text it for you so that you can later go back and read your handwriting. I, for one, need that, and I, for one, love that. They both have great reading resolution at 300 ppi, pixels per inch on both devices. The refresh rate is awesome. There is more screen real estate, therefore more words on the page on the Kindle Scribe. There is, however, the page turns per chapter on the Kobo Libre Color, and both of them have the page number or location number at the bottom. I will say that the Kobo Libre Color tracks your reading, as in it tells you how many books you finished within the year on the device. It tells you how many, and it tells you directly on the device how many pages per hour you read and pages per minute you read, and your star ratings all on the device itself. This syncs with GoodReads, so both have their advantages and disadvantages. This has page turn buttons. This does not. That's a real win in the category in my book for these books, because the mere fact that this one has page turn buttons, so you don't have to get like greasy fingerprints, because I, for one, have like oily fingerprints for some reason. So I don't have to get the oily fingerprints and consequently clean the screen as much on the Kindle's or as much on the Kobo Libre Color as I do on the Kindle Scribe, but both have very good functionality in said that. So both have their pluses and their minuses. One is locked to the Amazon ecosystem, as all the other Kindles are. One is in the Kobo system, which does allow EPUB and does allow side loading as well. You can finagle a side load onto a Amazon Kindle, but it is a lot harder to do, and you've got to go through many steps. I should know, I've done it many times. They both connect up to the review sites for work that I have to use, so that works out for me great, because a lot of times my review books, if it's available on both formats, I send it to both of them, because I may be reading on one and finish the book I'm reviewing on one and want to continue another book, and I don't want to necessarily have to pick up a different device, so it's important to have it. They don't sync, so I have to remember where I'm at, but that's easy enough to check and easy enough for me to remember. Very, very easy enough for me to remember. So really, it matters on, like, I will say this one, the Kobo Libre Color, compares to me to the Paperwhite as far as the portability of it, because it can fit inside of my waist pouch that I wear when I go out, so therefore it's easier for me to travel with than this monstrosity of a beast. Not saying that I don't like doing it, not saying that I wouldn't travel with it. I have taken it to certain locations, but for me it's price prohibitive for me to travel with this, because it's cheaper for me to replace this if and when I was to lose it than to replace this. So that's why this one is pretty much my stay at home, work from home, read from home, be in the bed, or in the living room. You know, I'll take it around the house, but the furthest I go with it is potentially maybe down to the library and back, and where I can distinctly watch it and distinctly have to have it, that kind of a thing. But it is a very, very fun. It's very, very good for me to have both of them because of what I do. But if I was to recommend one, I would recommend the Kobo Libre Color, because it gives you pretty much all the advantages of the Kindle Scribe, the pen, the taking notes, the reading in color, all that, because our eyes are meant to be seen in color, and it is e-ink color, just like this one. I haven't tested to see if the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft pen works on the Kobo Libre Color. I would guess not, since the Kindle Scribe ones didn't, but I can't tell you. So let's do that test right now, and I'll tell you right now. Yep. I'll tell you right now if I don't drop the Kobo Libre Color, that is. But we can check that right now and see. Maybe. Okay. I've got the pen. It does not work on the Kobo Libre Color. I am touching it, and it's literally doing nothing. But like I said, it has its own stylus, so I don't really care about that. It would have just been nice to not have to switch styluses, I guess. But it's no big deal. I will say there is another drawback with another difference and potentially drawback with the Kobo Libre Color and the Kindle Scribe. The Kindle Scribe pen sticks to the side of the device, so does the Kobo Libre Color pen. However, this one just works innately with the device, the Kindle Scribe and the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. They all work innately with the device. You do have to charge the, sorry, putting the pen back. You do have to charge the Kobo Libre Color stylus. So you do have to charge that. You do have to get that ready. But you can, as you just heard it click in, the stylus for the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft clicks in pretty easily and pretty damn well, if I do say so myself. But the devices are good devices. Their cases are Amazon Kindle cases, as you can see, and they are Kobo Libre Color cases from Rakuten Kobo itself. I find that both reading experiences, so long as the book that you want is on the device, both reading experiences are very comparable. It's very easy on the eyes to read. It's very comfortable to read, and it's enjoyable to read on both devices. It is, I think, a little bit easier to hold and carry the Rakuten Kobo Libre Color because of its smaller form factor, and it feels more like a book. Unlike this, it feels more like a notepad or a notebook, and it is easy and fun to read on, and you can make annotations in books and notebooks on both the devices with their separate styluses, so that is comparable. And there are pluses and minuses in both. I think for me, in these trying economic times, this one will hit your wallet less than, say, this one will. But it is very, very good. It is They're both very good. They both allow comparable yet differing experiences. So it's really, what kind of reader are you? I'm a heavy use reader, so I wind up using both. This is the one that I read in my personal time when I'm on my bed. But in my personal time, if I'm on the go, this is the one I grab because of just the sheer easiness to track. And most of my library is the same in both devices because I was able to transfer my Kindle library to my Kobo in that way. And so on and so forth. But it's just, at the end of the day, it matters to what matters to you. If you want more pages to read and something to feel like a notebook, get the Kindle Scribe or the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. But if you want page turn buttons and something easier to read with that will also take notes and do things like that, then the Kobo Libre color may do something for you. I'd like to see Amazon come out with a smaller version of the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft that would be able to travel better. And I would like to see Kobo come out with a larger version that would be easier to take notes and have the same reading screen real estate as the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. So I'd like them to have like a dual, basically the opposites of themselves, so that I think you could probably get a cheaper version of this and you'd get a little bit more expensive version of this one, but you still have this one on the market so that both companies could appeal to both audiences and to see who sees fit. Because there are those who don't like Amazon, who are against Amazon and anti-Amazon. I understand that. I am not anti-Amazon. I'm anti-good deal and anti-what's best for me. So I'm pro what's best for me, and not anti what's best for me, but I'm pro what's best for me and pro for what suits me. And I am very much dependent on what suits me. Not dependent, but very much looking out for what suits me and what suits my needs. And so anytime I buy a device, now these two were both, I received these two both because of my job, but whenever I buy a personal device, I would ask myself, what do I need? What am I going to use this for? Am I going to use it on a regular basis to make the purchase worth it? And is it going to improve some functionality or fill the hole of some functionality that I can't fill in any other way? And when the answer is yes, I get the device. If the answer is maybe, I hold off until either cheaper or until I can come up where all three answers are yes, yes, and yes. So, with that said, that's my thoughts. I give both devices 9 out of 10s. They both have flaws. They both have pluses. So, they both have pros and cons. It just, what leans better for you in the pro and con category, that's what you're going to go with. And I can completely concur and understand that. So leave in the comments down below if you have any questions concerning the devices, because you guys know I will field any questions. If I get enough questions, I may even make another video to fill out to answer the questions. But so let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns. Let me know that in the comments down below. But until next time, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more, please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, happy reading. I'll see you again soon. And peace.